Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Football Manager 2020 Zero to Hero series featuring the Youth Factory FC. Episode number 16 now. It's still very, very early days in the season. We're only 3 matches in. We have won all 3 of them, so with 9 points, there are still Gateshead and Witten with us. So 2 other teams that also sit on 9 points. Way too early to tell where we're going to be at for the season, but with a goal differential of only +5, right? Altrincham has a +8. We're not. Like I said, we're not a dominant force like we've been in the past. So this still could be a very tricky season. And we are still having some heavy drama at this point as we move forward. That drama being that as we approach the transfer deadline, the offers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we still stand a serious chance of losing a key player or multiple key players before the deadline. So very worried about things going on. Forbes, yeah, not a big deal. We're not getting anything there. But look at that. Our under 18s. Losing to Liverpool, yes, but only 2-0. I mean, it is Liverpool, and our under-18s are certainly better than they used to be. Our under-23s are starting to come along. But next up is FC United. Let's go ahead and watch this game. You know, why not? Why not? This is the famous FC United that is making their way up through the ranks in real life, but here in game they've actually dropped back down a division. This is that famed team where some of the what's the class of 95 is part owners or majority owners between them. I do only have 6 subs. Halford, you're supposed to be my other one. There we go. Halford was recently picked up for free. Again, it drives me nuts how that keeps happening, where I say no deals and deals happen anyway. With some of the movements, you can see we don't quite have the relationships we had. We do have a couple weaknesses in the lineup. Things are far from perfect these days. I've definitely noticed this team always plays a little bit better, when we have control of the squad. So we do help lift the squad a bit. Pick up where you left off. Okay. Keep our run going? Sure. And I have faith in you, and that seems to work really well because of my reputation. We do have one low morale remaining, and that is Tom Gregory. So we've really helped pick the squad up over these first 3 games of the season. That was a concern going into the season opener. Not so much a concern now. Gregory's still upset. He wants to go. He wants to take the big money. But he's not the one they're offering big money on. That was offside. Luckily not called for some sort of penalty, grabbing shoulder or something. Hammond recovers that one. Aitken, long ball ahead. Gregory gets there, but he sends it backwards. Oh, it gets a shot. Ooh, Gregory pounces on it, but sliding tackle coming across him, and it ends up going straight to the keeper. Hammond already on a yellow card here in just I think that was the 11th or 12th minute when he picked that up. That makes me nervous getting a yellow card that early in the game. Warren intercepts. Owen over the top. Gregory, edge of the box, earns a corner. I think that was just about the best we could have hoped for on that. I don't think he was going to score a goal. Moffat! A chance. His shot is blocked. Legs stuck out. And gets a clean block on that one. Aitken gets the pressure to clear it, but before he can get a foot to it a second time, They launch it in Gregory. What a shot that was. Wow, that was close. That one had so much bend on it. Frame takes the corner. Aitken recovers. Moffitt, chance to cross. He's going to send it inside. Spence under pressure. Long ball ahead, and they recover it, and off they go. But here we are again. Owen with the shot. Doesn't have much of an angle there. He goes near post. Keeper was there and stops that one easily. 7-3 on the shots, 56% on the possession, and this is on the road. So looking pretty good. Frame! Bang! It sounds like that banged off the crossbar. Keeper definitely got a piece of it, but I don't think the keeper stopped it. I believe the keeper just pushed it, deflected it wide a little bit, and it was just enough to go off the inside of the post. There's another good chance. What looks like we should be coming away with a goal and a victory here based on the first half performance. But we go into halftime with the score level. Keep playing, score will come. There you go. Everybody's happy with that one. And we start the second half. McKinnon, that ball is cleared away, doesn't reach Owen. But here we are with another highlight down in the end. Moffitt, that's blocked. Spence recovers, though. Not sure what kind of shot that was. It was ugly. I'll tell you that much. Nice ball to Gregory. Good hold-up play. Frames, I think he shot it and it was deflected. There wasn't any power. Spence, Moffitt, Frame, McKinnon. Moffitt up ahead to Jackson. Now in Frame's position. Owen steals the ball. Good sliding tackle, possibly a goal-saving tackle right there. Owen beats his man this time, though. Nice cross in, but it can't connect with Gregory. He was aiming for the head. Hammond loses it, and that nearly was the game's opening goal. Hammond, big mistake on that one. Under pressure, in possession, coughs it up. He tries to open his back to it and shield the ball, but he can't. Owen! Oh... That would have been the goal. Owens tries to set up Gregory, but it's cleared away before Gregory can get a foot to it. That's out for the throw. Free kick. Owen up to Frame. Frame inside to Gregory. Gregory's shot blocked. He's guarded by two defenders. Can't get it past him. Jackson with the throw. Into Jackson. Oh, we're going so close in so many ways. We just need one to go in, and there's Gregory, and Wharton makes the save that time. That Gregory's header was a bit too close to Wharton. It did force him to make a good save, but if that was far post, no way Wharton gets anything on that one. That long ball ahead is easily recovered. Oh, a nice ball, Gregory, near post, no angle again. Their defense really forcing us into bad angles for a lot of our shots. We're getting them on target, but Wharton making the stop. Warren, that's going to be a yellow card for sure. No yellow. Wow. Free kick. Ball makes the stop. That header was straight at him. Or volley. I wasn't sure which one it was, but looked like a header. Okay, 70 minutes. Wow, already. We got Hammond, who's in danger. Of course, McKinnon's having a bad day, but motivated. Gregory's having an awful day, so do we want to bring on Gibbons to play striker? As bad of a day as he's having, I suppose that... Well, we can move up Spence and put Burton in the midfield. Let's do that. Spence isn't having a good day either, though. But off comes Gregory. We're going to move Spence into the striker position. And we're going to go for a shout of... Get creative. Almost out of time. Chance for one more sub. Gibbons, not one that I'm really a fan of. Williams. Jackson's doing okay. Rating-wise, it's Spence and McKinnon that are struggling. Halford. Bring in Halford, and Burton could move up. So we could take out McKinnon, and Halford can swap here. There we go. McKinnon. Owen loses it. Can't beat his man. Hammond. Can't risk the second yellow, so he stays on his feet. Does a good job to not pick up a yellow. Warren, I think he took a little bit of a knock there, or was it just he needed a sub? Either way, we're in stoppage time. This thing looks like it's about to end goalless. Unfortunate. 23 attempts, 9 on target, and we can't pick up a goal in this game. No Nicky Matthews, no Williamson Toyne. Our best weapons are gone. And if Gregory's off, we seem to not be terribly good at grabbing a goal. Should have won that match. Do so calmly. No reason to be aggressive. They at least came away with a point. But they definitely dropped that one. Next up is the FA Cup preliminary round against Newport from the Isle of Wight. But here we are. So Gateshead move into the league lead. Still undefeated. 4 wins from 4. We're undefeated, but have dropped points now, as have Glossop. Went and pick up their first loss. FC United up there, of course. Yes, we do fail to make chances pay. Bigger attendance than what we're used to seeing. Things are starting to pick up as we definitely start to get into a higher competition level. Things are starting to also move a little bit quicker now on the simulation side, taking off those bottom 2 divisions. Now that we're well past that point, there's still 1 division below us that is active. But with just days to go here, I want to keep an eye. No, Halford is not going to be unveiled. He's already our player. You just got to stop letting them go for free, assistant manager. Especially when I say no deal. No dice. Don't do it. But again, we take things slowly right now, just primarily to keep an eye out, because like I said, as we approach the deadline, which is just after this point, those offers just keep rolling in. And like I said, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so I am growing ever worried. Oh, nice. Okay. Made a lot of progress with our tactic here. Of course, it never got bad. I should not be coaching the U23 sides. I have an assistant coach for that. I swear I've already set that up, but I will not bother with that right now. Let's just go on vacation for 1 day. Under 23s lose, but only by a goal. That's progress, considering until late last season, in how many years? 3 years, they had a single draw. And then late last season, they got a second draw and a win in the final few games after our latest intake had made some changes. Rory Burton, see, offers just keep piling in on new players. It's a loan offer now. I'm definitely not loaning anyone out. That is not part of this playthrough. Especially, why would I want them to leave these perfect facilities? It is the frame deals that are worrying me the most. At this point, they're the ones that are coming in the largest. And I'm waiting to show you one to kind of reveal just how big they have grown in a very short period of time. I mean, they were under 10,000 a month ago. That hands-off approach almost works to just increase. Really, Halford? And Gums? Ouch! Oh, 6 to 8 months for Gums. He was close and in a position, midfield where we have lacked some depth. So Gums was somebody who was very much on my radar of being almost ready. That's very unfortunate. Did I miss something? Is the transfer deadline not till the end of September? Is by memory that iffy in February? Offense fence, switching places, not a big deal. Go. Yeah, I don't want to do this, but okay. FA Cup. Sure. Respond well to consistency and giving opportunities to youngsters. Okay, thank you for only asking 2 questions. Oh, no new offers. That's actually worrying if I am incorrect, because I don't see transfer deadline listed. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. And we have... I'm going to have to go to the competition to see it, aren't I? Da 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 da. Transfer. How about transfer deadlines? I don't see it. Where the heck is it hiding it? That's renewals. That's loan rules. Serious offense. Start and end date of the league. Transfer window. You're not even showing me an end. Did they mess something up and not turn on the transfer window for this particular league? Possible, right? The 7th tier is a little more prominent prior to the mod adding it to the 10th tier. Maybe they didn't fix this one, which is terrible for me, because then all anybody else has to do is get on with the program and offer what they need to offer before they hit their deadline, and then they can just keep coming after us. Spence, 9.7. I like it. Okay, well, no offers yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my head down and allow a little bit of time to go by. But it could be a short chunk of time once again, as, like I said, those offers are starting to get pretty big. We haven't seen any in the, 4, 5, 6 days? Which is actually the longest I've gone without these big offers coming in. So maybe, just maybe, teams are backing off. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think the offers will reemerge. But maybe the hands-off has helped? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, no sign of a deadline in here, so I'm wondering if there was some sort of error, some sort of mistake. But since we're here, right, day of FA Cup preliminary round, I'll go ahead and just sim one more day so we can confirm that we've done enough to win that match. Again, our team is definitely not what it used to be, so at least compared to those around us, right? It's not that we have a bad team in any way, but we're a couple divisions higher than we were 2 seasons ago. A few divisions higher than we were a few seasons ago. So the back-to-back-to-back promotions and wins have taken its toll, and losing the star players, while we've improved the overall capability of the first 11 and our reserves, without those stars, right, we're a little more ordinary now. A little more vulnerable. A little less dominant. It's that combination, right? I think we're a similar team to what we were, but without the star power, you don't have somebody who can just make things happen. So it's going to take the team effort, and that's going to lead to a little less production, especially with the quantity of stars that we had. But more so, it's the rise in the level of opposition, right? 3 divisions higher than where we were. These teams are definitely better, and there's a good 4, 5, 6 teams in our division that are tier 6 sides at or near the start of this series. Meaning they are quality sides that are at that level that this team, I think right now, really kind of sits at. Or we're going to need to keep some stars. And that's going to start to get tricky, isn't it? Trying to hang on to stars every time I get a quality player coming along, somebody just bids a ton of money and away they go. So when is the board going to start letting me hang on to these guys? The one good news, I suppose, is that the bids have had to have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger each time that they sell someone. So hopefully that'll amount to the players are actually better and better and better each time they sell one off. And maybe I can start getting the team, most of the guys, up into the 90s and the 100s and on from there, and that'll help lift us up. But for the moment, that loss of player, I think, is really potentially holding back our progress, right? It hasn't held us back yet. But last season's title was close, and this season's is worrying. We sat out a game. Those guys all played. Oh my goodness. There you go. See, 1-0. 1-0. That's it. Scott Frame gets the goal. Scott Frame, right? Not a real left winger. He's a fullback that we've moved up. And that's what it's taken right now. Ooh, new gate receipts record from that one. Gate receipts 10,000 in the game. Not that that's much for us, but FA Trophy quarterfinal against York was the previous. Of course, FA Cup, right? Everybody loves them some FA Cup. Chance to take on the Giants. On to what should be the transfer deadline, but doesn't appear to be our league's transfer deadline, but everybody else who stands to gain. Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Queen's Park Rangers, Stoke City, all of them do have their transfer deadline coming up at midnight. So everybody's making their big, bold move to get Scott Frame off our hands right now. We are now currently up to a $1.7 million offer from Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday has made offer after offer after offer, increasing the amount. I don't know how much longer the board will hold off from accepting the deal. My prediction is it's going to be pretty dang soon. They're going to want to accept something and move on. But we'll see. Will they take it? Will they not? We'll find out here in a moment as we move forward. It's the 1st of September, but that doesn't mean they didn't accept the deal already. We do need to use the suggested squad. Okay. Easy win predicted, but we've had 2 straight draws. Was that it? Was that the last offer? It appears to be the last offer. So we could take a big sigh of relief and move on. We did not lose Scott Frame, but it was oh so close. You got to figure that in January, a desperate team will come along and pay more. Got to watch out on giving Spence too much praise, because that's a couple times in a row we have. Wow, we actually lost money this month. That is the first time that we have lost money in ages in a month that didn't have something like a massive, buy a new stadium sort of offer. Our highly influential players are gone, but we are up to a growing list of 7 influential players, so that helps, but we'd certainly like to get someone up the list. Our next game, Altrincham, 2nd place in the league. We're on the same points. I will go ahead and quick sim past that point just to see how we do in that game before going on and making a move. To skip forward. But with the transfer deadline reached for everybody else, I don't expect anyone from our league to be able to offer any money, which means we should be good until January now. The morale has improved. We seem to have survived the Scott Frame bidding war. And if that's the case, we're good to go for a few months. And I would hope with the personnel we have, we can at least pull into the lead for the league. That's the objective anyway. We'll see what we actually manage to do, but certainly the hope. All right. It is time for that match. Let's go ahead and do vacation for one day. Also, before we move forward, we'll see the result, and then we need to check in on my character, the head coach, as they just finished this week our coaching course. So new coaching course, new coaching badge has been acquired. We're into the Continentals now. Where do we stand in that department? We'll find out here pretty soon. Another draw. That's 3 straight draws. That's really worrying going forward. We've had 3 wins and 3 draws through the first 6 matches of the season, and only in 4th place. No games in hand like we've had in years past. So this could be it. This could finally be where we stagnate a bit until we're able to improve. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Things are looking good on this front, outside of the hands-on approach, which actually has improved a little bit this off-season. And so far to start this season, I've made a lot of progress there. And it looks like we gained one: attacking, defending, tactical, technical, mental. I think one of those was an 8, so we might have gained 2 points there. And I think we gained 1 in fitness. I believe that was only a 3. Man management has gone up to an 11. Motivating has gone up to a 10. I think both of those were 1 point below. Yeah, making progress. Still not a good manager at this point. Not even close, but we're up to that Continental C license. We're almost up to 2 stars in reputation. We're building. We're growing. It's getting better. Tired of getting called on to coach the U23s and U18s. I already hired a U18 head coach. I was trying to get my assistant coach to manage the U23s, but that just was not working out for me. So I went ahead and hired a coach. But then the first guy I tried to hire for the position really didn't want the position, but he was so good that I felt I have one vacancy left on the senior squad coaching staff that I took him. So Kevin O'Connor, senior coaching staff, and Ashley Williams, yes, that Ashley Williams, is going to take over the U23 head coaching gig. So both of them have signed on, and then I'm going to get in here in just a moment to handle that. Let's go ahead and use the suggested squad, switch things back up here, and Adrian Williams for Scott Frame. I'm not a fan of that move because he might not get back into that spot. Heavy favorites, and yet we have had 3 straight draws. I'm not even sure what this is. Has been with you on the journey. Yes, that is so true. Are you confident ahead of the upcoming tie? Sure. All right, so on to training. Let's go. Coaches. Edit coach assignments, and here we go. New man, Kevin O'Connor, defending, a 19. Plus technical, plus he's got the determination, discipline, motivating. For our level, that is incredible, the skill that he possesses there. You can see how now, even myself, I'm actually getting up to adequate as a coach, and we are very much progressing. And, Ashley Williams also, Williams attacking. Okay, sure. Look at that. It goes light if I do that, and I'm still at 2s everywhere, so I suppose we'll keep you on in that role. Progress. We are making progress. Holy cow. I love it. Okay, that's senior squad now. For the under 23s, we gotta go into here, see what we can do. Pull that one off, and then pull that one off, and that keeps us where we need to be. This just being here brings it down to a light workload for the coach, even though he's only training one area of the game, really. Okay, and I don't know if we're going to see any change on the U18s, but we might. We certainly will. Ashley Williams is here as well, so pull you off of that one. And okay, our senior coaches are not involved, but still we're getting better. Can I get you on both of these? Take you off? Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. A little more balance. Everything is 2 stars or better now with U18s. I do prefer that. Everybody here is coaching 2 things a piece. So 10 categories, 5 coaches, 2 each. A lot more balanced. I'm still the weak link, but I'm not as weak as I once was. Not all those ones we started with, so we have developed. The original players, of course, they all developed slightly and then stopped. Alright, well, still having the issues in the league, though. Still very much having issues in the league as we move forward. The next one, oh, that's FA. FA Cup match. Well, then, in that case, let's go on vacation for 2 days. And we'll try to see it through. So, Chessington and Hook United. Meanwhile, I've got 7 players on international duty right now, so I've got a ton of talent absent. That's a little bit worrying. A little bit. Can we get through the match, essentially, with a U23 side? It's not all first teamers, by the way, of those 7. Those 7 are spread out across the entire club. There's U18s, there's U23s, and senior squad members. We also picked up another injury. Ian Gallagher, our backup goalkeeper, out for a month. Blythe Spartans coming up, huh? 8th, Bradford Park Avenue. There are a lot of good clubs in this division that we are playing in. We are really starting to see a higher standard, a higher level than what we've seen previously. No wonder we're struggling. At least we kept frame. But frame is like the ideal fullback, not the ideal superstar to go grab the team a bunch of goals. And that is certainly a frustrating piece for us. FA Cup, obviously a busy one. This goes right back down to that 10th and 9th tiers. And it's only first qualifying round, second round played overall. There are still a ton of teams involved. You would assume that 10th tier to 9th tier there's going to be a similar number of teams. I mean, the 9th tier is obviously going to have less than what the 10th tier does, but from what I saw, the 10th tier and 9th tier are essentially the same size. They are 2 divisions that are essentially just above each other, and then it starts condensing from the 9th to the 8th tier in terms of the number of divisions. I think that the 9th and 10th tier are clearly locked into each other with kind of a premier and a subdivision across the country, or at least from what I saw as I looked through the leagues, that's what it felt like was the case. So let's check out those results, see how we did. Let's see, we're still getting offers for ball, 21,000 there. But that's not worrying. Stephen Owen into the mix. Let's go ahead and give you superb morale. Kieran Spence playing. We've had quite a few games here. Anderson's played. Ramich has played. Spence has had a couple matches now. He was really... actually, the last one he only played about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes at the end of the game. So he gets 90 this time. Not a great performance for Scotland, but at least they won. The under 18s get a draw. Look at that. Through 4 matches, a win and a draw. They beat... it was... Who did they beat? Derby. They beat Derby 5-2. I was going to say Crystal Palace. That was the under-23s. The under-23s got a win. 1-0 against Crystal Palace. And we get a win 2-0. So there we go. Job done through that FA Cup round. The 2-0. Let's see, who was it? Stephen Owen had a goal at Liddington. Really? Liddington was in the side? Holy cow. That is going deep for us. Go ahead and praise that. Keep it up. There you go. That's my assistant coach, Michael West. My new assistant coach. I've really had an overhaul of the staff, but look how good they are now. We lead almost every category. Lancaster just 1 point better than us. And let's see, that's going to be technical something. Physio, though, not a huge advantage. And of course, I don't need a recruiting team, so we're all good there. We are now up to our 3 of 3. All we're missing is a head of youth development. And because we're not recruiting youth players, though, right, a head of youth development, if I get in there and tweak it right, a head of youth development is actually going to be a useful thing because they determine the players that come in, right? And a good head of youth development is going to bring in better players. They're going to recruit better players into our youth intake. So actually they do affect the youth intake, not just go out and recruit players from other clubs, which I would have to very much turn that off and make sure that they don't do that. But maybe it is time to grab a head of youth development. I mean, obviously, I think we have underperformed a bit in our youth recruitment. Not saying it's been bad. I mean, it's been good. Been very good. But we had 3 great recruits in the first year. We had 1 in the second year. We had nothing the third year, and we had 2 last year. Did we even have 2? I think we had 2. Where are we at now? Eddie Warren just about to hit 100. That's that magical marker that I like. Quite a few guys over 90. Gregory has hit 90 now. Hammond into the mid-80s. Jackson coming along. You see a nice little jump right now. He was low 70s when he took over the starting role. McKinnon also improving rapidly. Finally, it's been kind of slow going for him. You can see he did have some injury last year. Setback, recovered, but stagnant for a while till the start of the season. Spence, okay, there you go. Spence is coming along. Spence was, a 59 when he came in straight into the side this last year. And he's only a 134 potential ability. It's not like this actually is some sort of superstar, some sort of top talent. I mean, I don't have anyone with a 150 plus potential right now, meaning we don't have anybody who's a Premier League talent. So, yeah, there's that. Drop off after Spence. But that is, 3, 6, 9. That's our first 11 now. So the 3 guys that were definitely below everybody else, Jackson, McKinnon, Spence, all improving. They're all 70s now. So 80s is kind of where they're going to be contributors. 90s are where we start to get good. And Hammond, the only one left in the 80s. But it's hard for him to develop at this point because he really doesn't have a whole lot of potential. So he's slowed up significantly. I mean, he's already 20. He's one of the oldest players we have. He's been in the side for a long time. I can see him getting into the 90s and eventually maybe reaching his potential, but at just 20, it's going to take him a while to get there. Burton should be coming along quick. Dale should, but Dale really hasn't. I mean, he's spent a lot of time on the side, but he was in the 40s when we called him up as one of that first round of guys, as was Gibbons. Gibbons isn't going anywhere in terms of improvement, and in fact, probably Gibbons is going to be down to the U23s before long here, and somebody else coming up in his place that will outdevelop him. New guy, Halford, I think he was about a 49 when he came straight into the side. And, of course, we lost him and came back, and that's why we're not seeing progress. But he's up a little bit, but he's got to play to develop. And that's kind of the hard thing, is he's not getting much play time. But at least coming off the bench, being in the side, it'll happen. It's just slowed down slightly. Now, in terms of progress elsewhere, yeah, Gallagher. But Gallagher is in the senior squad. Nobody else is really ready to go. Devitt making progress, but because he's got low potential, he's just probably not going to see his way to the side. Jack Owens needs a lot of progress in a position that we could use, but he doesn't have high potential. It's the U18s where our hope lies. And Forbes, now 70 plus, so Forbes actually is good enough right now to see his way up into the senior squad. So not just yet, but I think I will be making a move on Forbes soon. Okay, he can play that wing back, he can play striker, and I think he can contribute here pretty dang soon. So we'll let him develop a little bit more. If I get him into the mid-70s, low 80s, I think we'll call him up. Alan Hutton developing pretty quick. Erdogan, well, actually, Hutton doesn't appear to be developing at all, is he? What is going on with you, Hutton? Why are you not, yeah. Haven't learned your role. You're playing as a fullback. I want you to work as a wingback in attack a bit. Train that. Dribbling's a 3. And we need to see some progress. It's like, you can play fullback right now, but you need to play wingback for our side before you get called up. Training has not been great. 7.1. That's not bad, but saying he's showing an improvement, but where is it? His determination? Maybe that's his problem. His determination's a 4. His work rate's actually going down. No wonder he's not progressing, even though he's got a ton of potential. Les Reed's too old. Watson's too old. How many? 2 players over? We have 2 over. Actually, we have more than 2 over. We have 4 over now. 5 over. Richard Stevens is way too old. So I have 5 guys over 18. We can only keep 2 in the side. But we could have our over 19 and Stevens. So we could play Stevens plus 2. That's tolerable for now until we get our new youth intake coming up. But like I said, Forbes is going to be moving along pretty soon to the senior squad. That's going to do it for this episode. Didn't get that far into the season, but a lot happened. The biggest thing is morale's improved and Frame just staying with us. 1.7 million is what he got up to in an offer. But the board held on. They did not cave into that. So hopefully maybe we're up to over about 2 million before they'll accept a deal. But I have a feeling January it'll happen. So we get a few more months of Scott Frame and then he's gone. Can we get into a decent position in the league before then? Because help's not coming until March. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.